Is Brett Federigan, head of programming at IMDb, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. Can't you just feel that toxic energy? Well, we've been feeling it at IMDb. When we debuted the exclusive poster art on IMDb earlier this summer, y'all went wild for it. The Toxic Avenger surged in popularity on the IMDb Pro Movie Meter chart. Now today, we're going to sit with the filmmakers and cast to dive deep into the reimagining of a Troma classic originally created by Lloyd Kaufman. This new gnarly Toxy reboot is directed by Macon Blair and produced by Legendary Entertainment. Now, when Macon's movie debuted at Fantastic Fest, critics hailed it as a riotous blend of social satire, inventive gore, and unexpected heart, with a 92% score on Rotten Tomatoes. But after that initial festival run, the movie was described as unreleasable by studios because of gore and graphic content. But the fans would not be silenced. Due to overwhelming demand, Cineverse is bringing The Toxic Avenger to theaters August 29 with an unrated wide release. And tickets are on sale today. That's right. You can buy tickets to see The Toxic Avenger right now. Now, are you all ready to get into the movie? All right, let me bring in some folks to help. Hall H, please give a warm welcome to Macon Blair. Toxy himself, Peter Dinklage. And let's give a hand to the New Cam High cheerleading squad as well. And I think we're going to have a special clip now.
It's okay with me if you...
Hey everybody, this is
All right, before we get started with some questions, Macon, I'm wondering if you have some opening remarks?
I do have some opening remarks. Thank you for asking. First of all, I'd like to thank San Diego Comic-Con for hosting this amazing event. This is a giant room. It's a thrill to be here. Thank you all for being here. And I want to thank Legendary for getting this movie made in the first place. Cineverse for getting it out into the world in the first place. And of course, none of us would be here at all if not for Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hers of Troma.
Thank you, Macon. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You know, the driving concept in making this movie was the idea that we wanted the fans of this character and this franchise and this Troma universe who've kept it alive for decades, literally, to feel served and seen. And so that's how we approached the making of this movie, to make something for them. And the phrase that I had in my mind about it was that it's not going to be for everybody, but for the people that it is for, it's very much for them. So I'm thinking that's all y'all. So hope you dig it.
Lloyd, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Well, it isn't just making a movie, it's making a movie, ladies and gentlemen. Macon's Toxic Avenger is better than the Troma version. As good as it is, Macon's movie is a real movie with the pathos and the political satire and the wit and the underdog aspect and the family. It's everything we tried and didn't quite get there. But Macon has made it all his own, and thank you, Macon Blair. Thank you, and thank you, of course, to this amazing cast of people who have been so nice to a person who lives deep in the what do you call it? The reeds of the underground. Underground, Peter. I'm sorry, I'm very nervous. And thank you again to Cinelli's, who've been so making us into a nice family, and to you guys who welcome me to your bosom, so to speak.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Troma likes bosoms. We love bosoms.
So Lloyd, take a look behind
Go for the high humor, sophisticated humor.
We have something behind you, Lloyd.
Wait now, just wait a minute. Oh heavens! On behalf of the Tomahawk tribe, on whose sacred burial ground this building was built, the Tomahawks, we pass the mop to the future.
Oh.
Mr. Macon Blair. The Toxic Avenger mop.
There you got it. Passing of the mop.
Wow.
All right, we're going to get into the movie here, Macon, and I'm going to start with you here. When you knew you were going to make your own Toxic Avenger movie, what did you want to tackle first?
The important thing, I think, when people are, if they're a fan of the original and they're telling someone who hasn't seen it to check it out, I think what they're probably talking about is it's so funny, it's so chaotic, it's so over the top. So it was more like the vibe of the original that we wanted to carry into this one. I didn't feel like we wanted to do the exact same story beat for beat, because the first one is so singular and it's done so perfectly. It's like, why follow in those exact footsteps? But I felt like if we could get the spirit and the heart of the original with a new character, with a new journey, then that would be the best way into it. So I wanted it to feel like the original as much as possible, you know?
In order to make it feel like the original, did you have any non-negotiables from the outset?
Well, I mean, you knew that he had to have a tutu, you knew that he had to have a mop, and I was pretty insistent that it was gonna be a performer in a suit, in other words. Like, we didn't want to do a CGI version. I felt like that's what people would expect, would be a performer in a suit. Wanted it to be rated R, just so that it could have the goopy goodness that people would expect. And I also, you know, I feel like those originals are actually, for all the kid getting run over by a car and all this going on, they're very sweet. You know, there's a real sweetness to them, and I wanted to carry that over as well too, and have it be, in spite of all the blood and guts, or in addition to the blood and guts, a warm-hearted movie.
Speaking of the original, Lloyd, what is the special sauce of the original film that has appealed to fans and kept them coming back for more than 4 decades?
Well, the word of mouth. We're a tiny company, and the oligopoly of the studios that runs the rating board, the censoring board, they chopped off Toxy's legs. They took 20 minutes out of the original, whereas Canada won 45 seconds. So the movie got screwed. But eventually people were able to get the director's cut with the full head crushing that I think Spielberg used in his next film, and Scorsese's been using edge crushings too now. But finally, the word of mouth, you can't buy it. Rupert Murdoch, with all the money, he cannot buy word of mouth. Can't do it. It's got to be the fans. And It's thanks to the fans that Troma's here for 52 years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry.
Elijah, I want to go to you next. You've been a consistent champion of the horror genre in all forms, from blockbuster to indie, film to TV, for many years. Why do you love the horror genre so much? What is it about it?
I love horror and genre in general because of the possibilities. You know, I think it's genre film, which horror is a part of, allows for anything creatively in ways that you're restricted a little bit if it's something that feels like a standard drama or a standard comedy. And I love those restrictions being lifted. This movie is filled to the brim with ideas and fun and playing with the medium. And this wouldn't be possible if it was sort of confined within a sort of box. And that's what I love about genre. And it constantly changes and morphs, and you know, so many brilliant directors that we have come to know and love started in genre because it's cheap and easy to produce, and you can kind of, you know, it's the thing that you make with your friends, and you grab a camera and a high 8 or Super 8 or whatever, like Steven Spielberg did, and then you make kind of horror movies and you cut your teeth on those things, and that sort of, you know, it gives you the tools to explore. I don't know, there's a lot of imagination in genre and horror.
You know, as horror characters go, your character Fritz is instantly iconic, I would say. Where do you see your character Fritz going from here?
Well, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody who hasn't seen the film, but he's got there's a beating heart in there. You know, he's doing his brother's dirty work. He's managing the Killer Nuts. You'll come to know who the Killer Nuts are when you see the film. Great band. I don't know, he probably continues to manage the Nuts after this, and I don't know, we'll see. I believe that he's got a real heart, though.
You're in for a treat, Fritz, I'm telling you. Taylour Paige, the chemistry between you and Toxy, it's one of the best parts of the movie.
Thank you.
For real. What is the most fun part of playing across a wildly unpredictable character like Toxy?
Keeping me on my toes, being able to talk a little, I guess I shouldn't say S-H-I-T, right? But I just spelled it. Spontaneity. And this guy.
What about?
We have a little ongoing beef, so. Peter.
Yeah. You and I have a beef? Sorry, we're gonna clear some air in front of all of you people.
In front of all of you.
Taylor and I,
It's amazing.
It's great on screen, it's amazing. Jacob, folks who watch this movie are gonna quickly realize that you've got some pretty good dance moves. Though, to me, it feels like you're holding back for much of the movie, is that right? Where has this dancing talent been?
It came from nowhere, really. We're just really having fun with it, and I will say, like, part of this film for me was just having a really good time on set, and I think you can really see that through the end picture. I think for me, like, the one thing I draw from the, like, for playing in this this role, and specifically this dance sequence, was Napoleon Dynamite, definitely. Just the way he was able to just let go and get into the groove and just pretend there was no one there, I think was just so awesome. And I just had such a great time doing that, and just figuring out the choreography and just what I can do to make it look weird, but just fun, you know?
Did you get to do your own choreography for some of the scenes?
Yeah, we worked with a choreographer who was really good, and it was all on Zoom too, because this was during COVID, so it was literally just me in my hotel room. Just like, I cleared the space, running around my hotel room, just figuring out this, whatever weird movements I can do that this kid would do. And it was really fun, and then the day we shot was incredible to finally get to put it all together. And I'm really excited for everyone to see it. It's really neat. Thank you.
Great answers. All right, Peter, it's time for you here.
Peter.
wow, you don't have to.
A visit to your IMDb page reveals that you've played kings, tyrants, and heroes, but never a mop-wielding super mutant. What was it about this role and this character that drew you the most?
Well, I've never played a mop-wielding superhero, so there we go. No, this guy right here, and the creator of the original, I grew up in New Jersey. Yes! And, sometimes unfortunately, environmental concerns are still an ongoing thing now so more than ever. But sort of the great way to get into that is through satire, through the back door, and you reach a lot of people that way through humor. And I was such a huge fan of Macon Blair as a person and his work that this just felt so perfect and necessary and needed. And yeah, it was an easy guess.
When I was talking to you right before this panel,
I've played a tyrant.
say that again?
I've played a tyrant. I don't remember playing a tyrant. Okay, you said I played a tyrant. What tyrant did I play? An elf?
Death of a funeral.
Beg your pardon. I don't remember my character's name, but he was no tyrant.
This is the ongoing
He was a
beat.
book publisher.
Exactly.
How dare you?
It's Tyrion.
That
It's a
provides-
typo. He's saying Tyrion.
Children, your households with Christmas love every year. All right, Miles Finch, tyrant.
In speaking with you all prior to this panel, you all spoke really warmly about working with Macon. Clearly a director you all respect. Peter, can you kind of encapsulate,
Yes, Mr. Blair. Yes, Mr. Blair.
Make it good.
can you kind of describe what makes Macon such a special director?
Well, he's an incredible actor.
Yeah.
It's really fun to work with an actor. We have a consideration, actors have a consideration for what we go through. Our bodies are our instruments. I don't want to talk shit about you right
face
now.
this
I
way,
want
you
us
can
to
say-
enjoy
No, tell the
film.
facts about me.
Okay, he sucks. No. Macon is kind and considerate and gracious and open to ideas and collaborating, and it could be the stupidest idea and he's like, okay, let's try it. And then he's like, we're doing that. And it's just, it's inspiring, it's expansive, it's fun. We're having fun, we're making movies.
I love how Macon sees the world. And that's like true of all the artists I love about how they see the world. They see the world from a different angle. And I think that's inspired and makes for great art.
That's getting really...
Amen.
I don't know.
Great human, great writer. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
He's really good at basket weaving.
Knows how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Very particular about it.
Mm.
And cheeseburgers, actually. Quite particular about cheeseburgers.
Macon, was there any practical effect or scene that was particularly disgusting or challenging to execute?
Like how we...
There's one. Are we doing spoilers? We can do spoilers, right? Yeah, why not?
Your call.
There was one. I mean, nothing was disgusting. It was all like the briar patch for me because when we were first teaching ourselves how to make movies as kids, before we were getting into story or lighting or anything like that, it was about special effects, like how to do makeup and blood and guts and that sort of stuff. And so this was like a return to, you know, making a movie in 7th grade with your buddies in that respect, which was a lot of fun. So it wasn't disgusting, but there was one where, let's see, just to skirt around a spoiler, where somebody ends up, say, hypothetically head first in the engine block of a car, and it gets turned on, and they get kind of ground up, sort of Cuisinart style. And that was just a lot of moving parts and pumping fluids that we had to coordinate. Took a lot of trial and error, but we finally got it right. But it was, yeah, that was probably the steepest hill to climb.
Amazing. Lloyd, fans love an Easter egg, and this movie is packed with a lot of Easter eggs. Did you have a favorite callback in the movie?
The commissioner of the great city of New York is in the audience, and I'm lucky enough to be married to her. But Macon has a store in the Tromaville street called Pat's Butcher Shop, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is, if you've been married for 51 years, it's a perfect thing here. By the way, may I say something?
Yeah.
Speaking of Toxic Avenger and Comic-Con, it's a long haul, obviously, but we stand on, I'm 80 years old, we stand on the shoulders of many great filmmakers, but we had help from two major Comic-Con people, Stan Lee, with whom I was friendly for 50 years, who got the Toxic Avenger comic book done and all sorts of stuff for us, and we wrote a script, almost a script that these guys are going to make, Night of the Witch, but also Roger Corman, who's also a 50-year friend who helped Troma a lot and helped us meet people, and is the executive producer of Lily Hayes Kaufman's new movie, Occupy Cannes, about the Cannes Film Festival, and Toxy's got a major part in it. Not the beautiful Toxy, but not the better Toxy, but the old Toxy is in that movie. Anyway, Stan Lee and Roger Corman are really a major part of why we got to where Troma is, without a doubt. As well as Charlie Chaplin, Samuel Fuller, John Ford, Woody Allen, Stan Brackett. And our fans, Troma's a fan-run, fan-fueled company. Everybody who's ever worked or been in our movies, they're all fans. It's all our employees. I mean, James Gunn was a fan who worked for us, and so many others. So it's fan-fueled. We've been so lucky.
Awesome. All right, this next question is for the actors. We'll start with Jacob and move down to Peter here. Question is really about the creative swings in this movie. A lot of big swings here, and as an actor, I would imagine it's a lot of fun to take some fun, safe, creative risks. So the question is, what's a big creative risk you took in this movie that you're most proud of?
I don't know if it was really a creative risk because it kind of just happened. I think we were doing the scene where, well, it was the dance scene, but it was kind of after the dance happened. He does this thing where he smashes watermelons and stuff on the stage. But we have this bat, and I don't know if you remember this, but I'm smashing it, and we must have done this so many times, but I smashed it, and the bat like broke and like completely swung off stage. I was worried I almost hit someone, but I didn't. But yeah, I just remember it was just it was just such a moment that was just in the flow, and it was just really fun, and yeah, I had a great time doing that, and just seeing all like the practical effects and all that was just amazing for me, and just seeing the kind of art behind that. I know this wasn't really like kind of a creative swing, but also just like watching Peter was just incredible in this film. Just like just seeing what he did. There's so many scenes where I have to act like I'm unhappy with him because he's my stepdad and I'm kind of grumpy and this and that. But I had to hold it together and just pretend I didn't absolutely love this guy.
Thank you.
The band is called Smashing Watermelon.
Yeah.
Taylor, what about you?
Guys, I'm 3 months postpartum. My baby brain is like, I've spit up on me. I'm like, I don't know how to formulate sentences, but let's see, we did this 4 years ago. I got to roll off of a hill with a hard drive that was actually rubber, but like how high up was that mountain in Sofia, Bulgaria? What was that?
700 feet.
700 feet. I rolled down a 700-foot hill. I wheelbarrow down. I think it was also just my idea.
You said 7, not 700.
700?
No, you said 7 foot.
Okay, look. I gave the disclaimer, I can't put sentences together. But being able to, I got to improv a lot. Got to jump off of shit. I said shit, fuck it. there were a couple times where I'm like, I can do this, because I was a dancer first, and Macon's like, we can't have you break your legs. We're in the middle of COVID, like we need, and I'm like, I can do it. And I got to pretty much do almost all my own stunts and hit someone in the head with a toilet.
That's cool. That was a good
I could keep going, and this isn't about me. So anyways, Elijah, your turn.
Okay.
Creative swings. I mean, the moment I got the script, Macon sent it with a conceptual drawing of what Fritz was going to look like, and I was so thrilled. This like greasy, stringy-haired, mostly bald, hunched over with a cane, sickly, and then I read the character, and it was unlike anything I'd ever played. So look, the opportunity to transform is really fun. It's so fun to get to like play in that sandbox, and what Macon did with this film was create a really fucking cool sandbox for all of us to mess around and play around in. It was a total blast, and to transform in that way, and the voice was something that was like the last part that I hadn't quite figured out. He's very sickly, coughs a lot. He's not well. Yeah, it was born that way, guys. But that was the bit that it was like the last second I was kind of anxious about it, and I think it was during the camera test or something. I sort of tried it out. Like, it's great. Whatever. I'm like, all right, cool, great, going with that.
Peter,
The greatest risk.
creative risk you're most proud of in the movie?
Okay. Well, I guess I had to relinquish control of about 70% of my performance, and I'm a control freak, especially when it comes to...
Are you?
There is some history there.
Just breathe. Okay. She didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. I had to... 70% of my, over 70% of my performance is not me. It's Louisa, our incredible stunt body double, who was in the toxic prosthetic suit in 100-degree weather for 3 months in Bulgaria. And I shot for about 4 weeks at the beginning of the movie. And then Louisa took over. And she did everything that you see as the toxic creature. And for me, that was a real exercise in trust, and relinquishing something that was really important to me. But we knew going in that was the deal, part of the agreement, and it turned out to be the best decision this movie, everybody made, because you put me in that in 100-degree weather, and you're going to hear the inner diva in me complaining. No, so that was, and it was sort of perfect, because then we laid down my voice on top of it in post, and Louisa and I rehearsed. She studied all of my movements like a hawk, and does a better me than I do of me. So that was sort of a leap of faith and trust that I had to overcome, which turned out to be absolutely exhilarating for me.
Now, Macon, I lied. I said this was just going to be for the actors, but they've given such thoughtful answers. I'm curious, as a director, what was a creative risk you were proud of?
I think it was just trusting that if the things in the movie were funny to me, that it would find a home with an audience, and some subsection of folks out there would also find it funny. And that's what I trusted, and that's what I went with, but that was sort of the metric for what was in the movie and what wasn't, was just like if it gave me a chuckle or not. So that's what I trusted, and we'll see how that lands, but that was sort of the compass I was working with.
That's awesome. We're going to now have some fans ask some questions for Macon, Lloyd, and the cast. So I'd like to invite you to step up to the microphone to ask your question, and just a friendly reminder to be respectful to our panelists and to one another.
Hey guys, my name's Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hi.
Hey, Sam.
Hi.
Hey, Sam.
So I noticed that the Toxic Avenger uses a mop in a lot of action sequences. My question's for the cast. Is there any other janitorial equipment you guys would use to fight evil?
Oh, that's such a good question. I would just push everyone in a trash can, I guess.
Squeegee?
I mean, I used a toilet,
As a weapon.
but I guess I would also take soap,
Yeah.
put it all over the bathtub,
There you go.
put you in the bathtub and then push you so you'd slide and fall and hit your head. Within the context of this film.
I think
Obvious.
Windex in the eye would hurt. Oh, here's a tyrant. Look, everybody, a tyrant is here.
My question is for Peter, aka Miles Flinch.
Naturally. What's it like to play a tyrant?
Let me know. No, I'm just kidding. My question for you is, when you got the role, did you rewatch the movies, the cartoon, or read any of the comics to prepare for your character?
Are we talking about Toxic Avenger? Okay. Sorry, the costume. Thought it was specific to something else in my canon. No, again, I was very well aware of Lloyd's amazing original Toxic Avenger. I was like the exact perfect age for it. It was the time of Betamax and VHS, and it was R-rated, so somebody had an older brother. There was always an older brother. Macon and I were talking about this earlier, that somebody had that, and their parents were like not around. My parents watched Masterpiece Theater and made us read books. But my friend had an older brother, and we got the Betamax copy of it, and it felt taboo, and it was awesome, and there was like some nudity in it, and it was like, cool, this is wild. And we live in New Jersey. Yes, again. So it was fantastic. So yes, I had that of course, in my brain going into this one, and and then Macon just completely reimagined it all.
Your costume's dope.
What did he say? Oh, I can get angry really quick.
By the way, a little known fact, Peter. Not just older brothers brought home the Toxic Avenger video cassette. Because of the poster, originally it looked like a cartoon. Many grandmothers brought it home and put it in the video cassette player and then left the room with the little kiddies watching it.
Oh, yeah.
The psychiatry industry...
Grandma's gonna go have her cigarette. And her scotch.
Many psychiatrists are very grateful to Troma.
Hello, everyone. Question for Peter Dinklage, and my question is...
There's other people up here.
Since you have co-stars who have respected you to the point that they're worried about working with you, how do you work with
These people don't
co-stars?
respect me. Sorry.
How do you work with your co-stars to bring out your best performance and help them bring out their best performances in the roles they're in?
Good luck with that.
I mentioned that 75% of it wasn't me, right? No, I mean, Jacob, the youngest person up here, is one of my favorite actors. You're only as good as the actors you work with, truly. And if they don't bring their game, you don't bring theirs. You don't bring yours. So it's such a experiment in trust, and it's a strange profession because you just meet each other and then you're doing these scenes together. But no, everybody up here is top notch, lucky.
Hello, I'm Nico Holt. This goes out to Peter Dinklage.
You ever see Lord of the Rings? Because I wasn't in that.
How did you balance playing Winston Goose as both a beaten down janitor and the mutated Toxy to bring out both hero and the horror?
What did I tap into?
Again, this is the, I'll reverse this. How did you balance playing Winston Goose, the character, as both a beaten down janitor and the mutated Toxy to bring out both the hero and the horror?
Right. Well, it's Macon's beautiful script. It's sort of, he goes from sometimes it's better not to do anything, it's better to do nothing, to somebody who says it's better to do something. And I think the problem, we have a real problem when you do nothing, when you look the other way. Bad things happen when you look the other way. You know, you just gotta do something. So it's the classic, you know, Joseph Campbell hero story. It's the hero, and that's, we stuck to the form in a very strange form, but it's a hero's journey, and the great hero's journey chart that path. So it was, again, not very difficult because it's such a great story to be able to tell, for me at least, the difficult of it. On one of my breaks from college, I was a janitor at a community park for a summer, so I had that experience. Not a good job. Janitor at a county park. Next time you see somebody working at a county park, a round of applause.
Hello. Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
All right.
Hi, Peter. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
My question for Peter is...
Hi, Peter. Hi, everyone.
Wait, I know you. Wait. Hello to you, Elijah. We met before, so...
And by Peter, you mean not Peter.
I gotta wrap this up.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, ring a bell? Zola,
Question.
Room. I don't know. Really good films up here.
Blue Ruin over there.
Blue Ruin.
Amen. Green Room.
Green Room. Radio.
Okay, we know this guy.
Sorry.
Sorry. Question, sir.
Question.
My name is Luke. My question is for Peter. Since you're playing the Toxic Avenger, which Avenger would you team up with? Which, like, Marvel Avenger would you team up with?
Oh. To like look good or get things done? Get things done. I mean, I always go with a god, Thor. He's a god. I've never really, you know, yeah. And, yeah, Thor. So I work with Thor. Nice guy.
Hello.
Oh my God, do not say it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
First of all, I wanted to acknowledge the directors, the original director. I love the perverse nature of the original Toxic Avenger. And also a town full of airheads.
Keep talking, I like it. It's good.
But also Elijah Wood's performance in Sin City. My question is, what is the charm, or what do you perceive to be the charm of this film?
Elijah, you want to take it?
Oh God, the charm. Oh dear. All right. The charm of this film. I think well, depends on what charms you. It could be someone's jaw being ripped off by a mop. That's pretty charming. I think, to me, the charm of this film is the father-son story at the core. You know, establishing a real emotional connection to these characters, which Macon has done. That's the kind of beating heart of the movie.
What's your ring say, Elijah? What does your ring say?
What's this ring say?
Yeah.
Dad. Yeah. Father-son story.
Taylor and Jacob, why don't you answer the question too? What do you find the charm of the movie is?
That I'm in it.
Well, I very much agree.
I know, thank you.
Yeah, I really had a good time with Peter, and our scenes that we had together were definitely very heartfelt. And I think that a film that's filled with so much kind of gore and violence is so much fun to watch. But when there's heart involved with it, it raises the stakes, and you really feel for the people who are involved with it. And it makes it more enjoyable and impactful for the audience, for sure.
Can I take that? In all seriousness, I think our film is just quite sincere, and I think we're called to make the unconscious conscious, even if it's crass or irreverent or funny or disgusting. That's kind of the reality we live in on Earth, and if we can do it in a funny, disgusting way, I find that quite charming. It's honest.
Well said. Yeah, totally.
Next question.
Hello, my name's Franklin. If there was one item or prop you had from set that you took back, or you took?
Item from set that you took.
That's illegal. That's unlawful.
Just any of
Oh,
them.
anyways, okay.
No, we
Oh. The mop
I'm trying to
through
think.
security at the airport wouldn't really go very well.
I took some earrings. It's not very.
That makes you a criminal.
I asked for.
Okay.
I think I've got something from the Miss Meat Burger shop.
Yeah, the napkin holders like
Yeah.
this, right? Yeah. Yeah, we grabbed a couple of those.
Did you take your tutu?
I just took a lot of memories home.
Jacob, did you take anything?
No, but I did get a gift from Lloyd that was really nice. I got a DVD of the original Toxic Avenger cartoon that was really cool, because that's just really just like kind of a piece of history that you kind of look back and you're working on this project, and to see that is really cool.
Next question.
I'm speechless. Thank you, Jacob, that's great. By the way, Jacob's amazing. An I assume you're under 50 or something, but
Close enough.
you're really wonderful in the film. I know talent, I may not have any, but a lot of famous people. Your next event, Trey and Matt came out of Troma's, the loins of Troma, and this guy is talented. I don't know if I have any, but I know talent, and he's going to be major, and he's going to not be afraid to speak out. He's not going to be like the Oscar people who are afraid to say anything about what's going on. Jacob's a very brave person, and he will get to the truth.
Okay, this is going to be our last question, actually.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Jake, but my question is for Mr. Macon Blair, sorry. I had an opportunity to see this movie at a test screening in 2023.
Oh, yeah.
It was the most fun that I've had in a movie theater in years. Seriously, I have two buddies, they're here today. We are so stoked that this movie is finally going to play in theaters. Yes! It is awesome.
Yes!
Thank you.
So, with that being said, now that we're finally getting a chance to see Toxy again on the big screen, what's changed from then, the test screening in 2023, to now?
You mean within the movie, or you mean externally?
Within the movie, I see it's unrated, and when I saw it, it's clearly pushing that R rating, which is awesome. So I was curious if that's going to maintain and what we can expect.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Got you. Thank you very much. I love that question. I'm glad you had a great time in the theater with your buds. That was how we were trying to think of this movie as a party movie that people could come to the theater and party with. I think, honestly, what's changed with it, we added really just one VFX shot. I believe this is an all ages crowd. So I'm gonna tiptoe around it, but it involves a depiction of a body part, and that's gonna be added for a theatrical release this time around, and I think you'll notice it. And if we're talking externally, I mean, this is like a movie about an underdog that finds a way to sort of stick it to the man, and I think that kind of story never goes out of style. So whether it had come out in 23 or this year, I don't know, that's always appealing to me. And like I said, if I kind of ran with the idea that if it's appealing to me, that folks in the audience would find it so. So I'm glad to hear that you did.
Okay, round of applause for our fan question. So, thank you again, Hall H, for asking such good questions. As a token of appreciation today, Cineverse is giving you all a special gift to honor the occasion, which is a limited edition poster. You can redeem your ticket from the giveaway team at the SDCC program premium room at any time after the panel. And a reminder that program premium room is at the Manchester Grand Hyatt. All right, we got one more special bonus because, what is a Hall H panel without an exclusive clip? Are you interested in an exclusive clip? All right, today, right here, you're gonna get a chance to see the clip that folks have been asking for.
Uh-oh.
All right, tickets for the Toxic Avenger are available now. You can scan the QR code to get them. Thank you, fans, for all your support and passion for this movie and this franchise. Thank you, Comic-Con, for hosting the Toxic Avenger panel. And a big thank you to our panelists today, Macon Blair.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Hoffman.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Taylour Paige. Tremblay. Elijah Wood. And don't call him a tyrant, Peter Dinklage. All right, head on over to IMDb to learn more about the movie, and if it's not already there, add it to your watch list. You can see the film on August 29 in theaters. Get your tickets now.